Viewer discretion advised.
Where's my... We're gonna need a... Roger that. Put your hand...
Fresh off the grill. Inquiry news. Hot, fresh, juicy news. Inquiry news. Dig in.
Hi everybody, welcome everybody. Thanks for coming. Hope you enjoy the video I have. Please subscribe and subscribe and like. Don't forget to donate. My PayPal me at Inquiry News. That would be great. HTTP. Thank you. God bless. I always ask for donations and I get very few. I think the last donation was $20 and that was years ago. Anyway, but I'll ask anyway. If you can help me out, throw some money my way. $5 grand, $10 grand would be wonderful. Thanks. I really need it. And we can grow this channel even better. Okay, testing 1, 2, 3. Fukushima part 3. Here, this guy here is putting in pure hydrogen into the thing. He's going to light it here in a minute. Little bubbles. It's important to watch this and remember it. Because in a minute we're going to talk about Fukushima explosions. Okay, that's pretty good. Pure hydrogen poof. It does a poof though, but it doesn't really explode. It just does a puff. Okay, and then we're going to go 95%, 97.5% hydrogen and oxygen. Now, remember, we're putting in hydrogen first, oxygen second.
So let's light it.
That does a pretty good puff, pretty good explosion.
Let's do one with 5% oxygen.
Hydrogen first, oxygen second.
Oxygen injected.
Very important. And the amounts don't really necessarily matter too much. 95% hydrogen, 5% oxygen in this scenario. They all are pretty volatile.
Here's a 7.5%.
In a minute, you're going to see something really wild go on in a minute here after we get done with this hydrogen first. Wait until we do oxygen first and hydrogen second. That's going to be really interesting.
Again time. 3 cc's of oxygen.
Kind of messed up the video a little bit. I got cut a piece of it, kind of messed it up a little bit. So we're repeating a little bit of it. I don't know what I did, but anyway, I somehow got it repeated. Sorry, but that's okay. We'll go over it again. Hydrogen versus oxygen. Now here we go. Pure oxygen, and I think I muff up right here again. But please bear with us. Now, when you do the pure oxygen, watch what happens. This is really wild. He put a lot in there, too. Watch this. Nothing. Poof. Just a little poof. With pure oxygen. Does it again. Little poof. Nothing. Doesn't even hardly explode at all. Which I'm really surprised. Now he's going to put in the oxygen first and the hydrogen second. Now this is really important. Watch this. Hardly even blows up. Poof. Nothing. 95% oxygen, 5% hydrogen. And it's just by switching it around, by putting the oxygen in first, hydrogen second, makes it less volatile. Isn't that weird? That is just strange. I can't believe it. Just by putting it in differently has made it not, look, hardly nothing. Nothing, no big bang, little tiny poof. Kind of weird. There we go here, 92.5, 7.5%. Little poof, hardly anything. Okay. Then we're going to go way up, 10%, 90% oxygen. We'll get a little bit bigger poop out of this one, but still not very much. Excuse me. Nothing. Hardly anything. 87.5% oxygen, 12% hydrogen. In that order, oxygen first, hydrogen second. Oh, the bubble popped, so it's gonna redo it.
Well, let's have a do-over. Okay, 2.5 cc's of hydrogen again.
Okay, here we go. Hardly anything. They've watched these flames how they blow out sideways, up and sideways, kind of. They go poof, kind of. And see, there you go. See how they kind of. Now that was a pretty big bang there. That was pretty good. 17%, 82.5%. Yeah, that's a pretty good bang, pretty big good puff. Not too bad.
Let's do 4 cc. So adding 4 cc's of hydrogen makes it concentration of 20%.
If this was all hydrogen, it would be more of a yellow color, complete yellow. No, not this color at all.
5 cc. See if that's making it a little bit more violent.
So then we're going to do this.
15% of oxygen.
85% hydrogen, 50% oxygen. Oh, we switched it. Say I got screwed up again somehow. Anyway, okay, oxygen, hydrogen.
2 to 1, 2 parts hydrogen.
Okay, now this is what H2O is made of. Hydrogen and oxygen. This is the last one.
Yeah, that's what we want.
Anyways, so it takes the right amount of oxygen and the right amount of hydrogen for an explosion. And if they're not mixed right, they're mixed backwards, doing like, hydrogen first and oxygen second, they go poof. They don't explode. And if they don't have the right amount of hydrogen first and oxygen second, then they don't blow. And so that means that the ponds would have boiled out all the water first, right? Then the hydrogen would have came up, and there would have been no oxygen. So these buildings could not have exploded. Okay, so with the hydrogen. So the theory of the hydrogen blowing up the building is something's wrong here. Something's wrong here. So did TEPCO blow the buildings up with dynamite or something? And I'm going to prove that right now. Here in a few minutes, I'm going to show you that there was more than one explosion in the buildings. So I'm going to show that here, that there was more than one explosion in this particular file. Here it is right now. It's going to go wide real quick. But here it is now. Here's the explosion. You'll see 1, 2, 3. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. So there's 3 explosions that took place. That is not a hydrogen explosion, folks. There's no way the hydrogen explosion is going to go boom, 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 boom. It's going to go boom, once it hit something and explode. But there's no way it's going to see like this here. You don't see that go boom, 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 boom. It all blows up at one time. And so if all the hydrogen gas had gone through the whole building and exploded, it all exploded at once. It wouldn't have gone boom, 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 boom. As soon as the hydrogen once the building was compromised, the hydrogen would have gone out into the atmosphere and it wouldn't have exploded. And or if it did light, you would see a flash or something, a hydrogen flash or something like that. You would not see it blow up. So you can see there go boom, 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 3 times. I think there's a 4th one in there, actually, that's in there, more than just 3, but I counted at least 3 explosions. So there was 4 explosions or 3 explosions that went on just in this one here, and the other ones probably had something similar. So and that looked like a pressure explosion, that one that went up into the air up there, that last one, looked kind of like a pressure one. But anyways, so not even a real explosion like a hydrogen explosion. And then this one had a flash down at the bottom there. But I looked at another video that I have of that same flash from a distance, and it looked more like an explosion, not a flash. It's just because the sun, the way it's hitting it, made it look kind of like a flash. But there's another one that's further away video that I have, and it looks more, that flash is not a flash, it's an explosion. It's red instead of like this up close. I think zooming it in and being at a different angle made it look like a flash. But being further away on a different video, it looked more red. And so, which I have anyway. So I think that it was an explosion, that these were detonations for these plants. Why do they detonate these plants? I have no idea, but it's definitely a mystery. You would have to have 33% oxygen and what was it, 60% hydrogen, I think it was, or something like that. And so, and for the cladding, if you go look at the videos now, today you'll see that they're claiming that a lot of the cladding didn't melt. It didn't melt, so that means it didn't give off enough hydrogen. You know, it would take an enormous amount of hydrogen to blow these buildings up. And if you go look, you'll notice the buildings blew up from the ground up, down towards the ground and up, not just from the top of the building and up. It blew all the way down. So it was like it had a leak all the way down. So if the cladding had no water in it, because remember you had these pools that were empty supposedly, and then or partially empty, and then you had the melted cores that were empty, and so, or just steam in there, I guess. You would have to still had to have a lot of oxygen, and you would have had to have a lot of hydrogen somehow seep out of that thing into the buildings. Even if they vented it into the buildings, it would have to still be lots and lots of hydrogen. It couldn't have been just a small amount, as you saw there in our little thing there. In order to get a good explosion, you've got to have the right mixture of hydrogen and oxygen in order for it to go boom. And you would have to, and for a building that size, you would have to have a lot of hydrogen, a lot of oxygen, 33%, and the right mixtures, and then it would explode. But there they would have to have, have to go through the entire building, and then it would explode like that. Here's the backside of the buildings that no one has pictures of. They're kind of destroyed, aren't they? They normally show the front side of the buildings, the other side towards the water. Here's the back side. Here's a little zoom in of it. You can see how destructive they are on this side of it. Amazing. Anyway, let me know what you think. Ciao.